The sun of Eurycarp was a pale, sickly glow that barely warmed the jagged plains. Jasmine Lane pulled her hood tight against the wind as she trudged across the rocky surface, her satchel clinking with scraps of metal and shattered circuitry. Life on Eurycarp was survival. The moon had no cities, no markets, no law, only scavengers like Jasmine, picking through the bones of forgotten battles and abandoned mining outposts. Every day was a gamble. Find enough salvage to trade for food or go hungry. That morning, Jasmine had risen before dawn, her breath fogging in the cold air of her makeshift shelter. She strapped on her boots, checked the charge on her battered blaster, and set out toward the ruins of an old mining station. The station was a graveyard of rusted girders and collapsed tunnels. Jasmine moved carefully, her eyes scanning for anything of value. A cracked power cell, a dented ration tin, a fragment of Durasteel plating. Small things, but enough to keep her alive another day. She paused at the edge of a collapsed shaft, staring down into the darkness. Rumors said the mine still held kyber fragments, overlooked when the Empire stripped the moon bare. But Jasmine had never found any. Only echoes, only dust. By nightfall, she returned to her shelter with her satchel half full. It wasn't much, but it was something. She cooked a thin stew over a sputtering heat coil, listening to the silence of the moon. Silence was normal. Silence was safe. The following morning, Jasmine set out again, her boots crunching across the barren ridges. The horizon stretched endlessly, broken only by jagged cliffs and cratered plains. She was halfway across a ridge when the sky tore open. A streak of fire blazed through the atmosphere, trailing smoke and flame. The sound hit moments later, a thunderous roar that shook the ground beneath her feet. Jasmine shielded her eyes, watching as the burning shape plummeted toward the far side of the moon. It struck with a deafening crash, sending a plume of dust into the sky. The ground trembled, then fell silent once more. Jasmine stood frozen, her heart pounding. She had seen ships before, Imperial patrols, raider skiffs, but never a crash like this. "What in the stars?" she whispered. She didn't know what had fallen. A freighter, a fighter, a weapon. All she knew was that something had come to Eurycarp, something that didn't belong. And for the first time in years, the silence of the moon felt broken. Jasmine turned back toward her shelter, her mind racing. She would investigate later when the dust settled. For now, she kept her distance. But deep down she knew, whatever had crashed on Eurycarp would change everything.